We will discuss the text of the poem, The Soldier. In the previous video, I told you about war poetry and war poets, and this poem, The Soldier, is written by war poet Rupert Brooke. The poem is divided into two stanzas. It is a sonnet, and there are two stanzas. One stanza is of 8 lines, that is octave, and second stanza of 6 lines, that is sestet. So this sonnet is written in the form of Petrarchan sonnet. The poem begins as, "If I should die, think only this of me, that there is some corner of a foreign field that is forever England. There shall be in that rich earth a richer dust concealed." The first stanza establishes the situation. The first person speaker requests. Here the first person speaker is a soldier. He requests that if he should die while fighting, what we should think about him. If a soldier dies while fighting for his country, what other people should think about him. He says, "Think only this of me, that there is some corner of a foreign field, the place of a foreign field where he will die. That is forever England. That place will become England forever." Even in the war's earlier stages, there was the realization that the battles would result in death for at least some of the combatants. The pain of dying or the physical degradation of death are totally absent here. However, the references that follow are all to life. Here Rupert Brooke says that where his body is buried, that place is called as rich earth. In that rich earth, and why that earth is rich? Because a richer dust concealed. Richer dust here refers to dead body of the soldier. The dust of his body is richer than that surrounding because he was a part of his country. The England that Brooke describes exhibits the characters of the rural countryside. As he further writes in octave, "A dust whom England bore, shaped, made aware, gave once her flowers to love, her ways to roam, a body of England's, breathing English air, washed by the rivers, blessed by the sun, blessed by sons of home." The dust refers to richer dust, dead body of soldier. The dust of his body is richer than its surrounding. Here England is described by Brooke as a rural countryside, and particularly he describes the place as a tranquil landscape. The English air, the flowers, rivers, roads, paths, and sons of home all define what the narrator claims that his country gave to and forced in him. He says that a dust, a body whom England bore, who was born in England, shaped, made aware, was brought up in England, gave once her flowers to love. England taught her how to love, her ways to roam. He roamed, he moved in the ways, in the streets of England, a body of England's. He calls himself a body of England, who breathed in English air, who washed by the rivers of England, and who was blessed by the sons of home. Home here refers to England. So this is the octave. Now the second stanza of the poem. Here the soldier poet says, "And think, this heart all evil shed away, a pulse in the eternal mind, no less gives somewhere back the thoughts by England given. Her sights and sounds, dreams happy as her day, and laughter learnt of friends, and gentleness in hearts at peace under an English heaven." In this second stanza, the speaker thinks about death, but death is absent in this stanza. The conditional if of the first stanza, the poem begins with if I die. So, if of the first stanza has simply happened. As a result, the speaker has become transfigured. He says, "This heart all evil shed away, a pulse in the eternal mind." It refers that after death, he has become the part of universe, that Brahma, eternal mind. In his death, the narrator returns something of what England gave to him, as he gives somewhere back the thoughts by England given. Even after death, he wants to give somewhere back the thoughts that was given to him by England. The references are again to life, not to death. He says, her sights, her sounds, dreams happy as her day, and laughter, learnt of friend and gentleness. Whatever he learnt in England, that he wants to give back at this new place, in hearts at peace, under an English heaven. That place where he will be buried will become an English heaven. So the poem celebrates an idealized vision of pastoral England and the noble qualities of her inhabitants. Brooke's language emphasizes the universal so that the England of the poem becomes where every soldier's home and the dead soldier is every Englishman. The tone is uplifting and idealistic but also self-sacrificial. There is a sense of romantic inevitability about the privilege and duty of dying for one's own country. Feeling of patriotism and nationalism give nobility to that sacrifice, a sacrifice willingly crowned by death. So in Soldier, Brooke demonstrates his mastery of the sonnet. He has used the classic form to heighten the decorum and idealization conveyed by the poem. The long iambic pentameter lines and disciplined rhyme scheme enhance the poem's formal tone, and we can see that Brooke has used Petrarchan sonnet form, not English sonnet. And the advantage is that the Italian sonnet's sestet allows a more leisurely, fully developed concluding statement in this poem. Imagery of the poem revolves around the generalities of the idealized English countryside. So we can say that this poem is about patriotism and it describes a universal theme, a universal feeling that is present in every soldier's heart. Thank you.